Anybody who is a part of Legacy of Light, you all are free. Those who are young people who are a part of Legacy of Light are free. Anybody else, if they want to invite somebody else, it's $20 per person, which includes food and skates. So again, for the Legacy of Light, it's free for them, for the young people that are a part of Legacy of Light. But if you bring a friend, it's $20. And it's from 4 to 6:30 on July 21st. So that is the third Sunday. It's actually on a Sunday. So we are excited about that. And lastly, we have our Arise Lighthouse documentary. This is a film premiere. This is the first time that we're doing a film premiere. I know we did something when COVID happened, and we did our Christmas presentation, and we recorded that, and we put a whole presentation together. But this is the first time we're actually doing a film premiere. So we're excited about that. It's going to be on Sunday, July 28th. It's going to take the place of our Ignite service. So it will be July 28th at 5 o'clock p.m., and we're going to kind of transform this space into a movie theater. Yes, we are really excited about that. We're working with I Got Flicks, and which is a production company. So it's not just, us doing it. We got some folks on it. So excited. All right, those were the announcements that I believe I had to give you. Let's get into the word. Anybody read the word of the day today? All right, good. Well, that's where we're going. That's where we're going to hit today. It was good. I mean, the past 2 days in the storm with Jesus, and who would have known that we would be in a storm, right? The past couple of days, I was saying thank you to Jesus. I will really give a quick testimony. For those who don't know, I was away with my sister, and I call another young lady Crystal, my sister. I met her in college, but we just, kind of got stuck at the hip. So the three of us went to Wisconsin, which was my 49th state. So excited. I'm almost there. I got one more state to go. But we hit my 49th state, and so we went to Wisconsin, and the flight was delayed going. But that's okay. You deal with what you got to deal with going. But on the way back, I was like, I got to get to church. We got to get to church because we got the youth, the children, doing their presentation. And then my son is getting blessed. So we got to get to church. And God just orchestrated it that, like, our flight got here and then it started raining. So I was like, thank you, Jesus. And then, like, it stormed on Sunday. So it was just, I know that's kind of selfish, but I'm grateful because I know that I was really hoping that we did not get delayed on Sunday, and God orchestrated it, just for me. Just for me. All right, let's jump into the word. We are looking at Mark chapter 4. And again, I share that story because it says in the storm with Jesus. Mark chapter 4. And we're going to look at the 35th verse. So there was some conversation happening prior to this verse. But the 35th verse says, on the same day when evening had come, he said to them, let us cross over to the other side. Now, when they had left the multitude, they took him along in the boat as he was, and other little boats were also with him. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that it was already filling. But he was in the stern, asleep on a pillow. And they awoke him and said to him, Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing? Then he arose and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. But he said to them, Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? And they feared exceedingly and said to one another, Who can this be, that even the wind and the sea obey him? So let's look at if you read the word for today, then you know where we're going with this. Let's look at the first verse. It says, on the same day when the evening had come, he said to them, let us cross over to the other side. From right there, this is Jesus talking. Jesus says to his disciples, let's go. Let's cross over. All right. So if Jesus tells you something, what should you do? That's right. You should listen. You should obey. You should just do it, right? Just do it. So Jesus says, let us cross over onto the other side. So what happens if something happens? Are we still supposed to go? If Jesus said it, should we still go? Yes. Even when animosity, even when, detours come in our way, even when it seems scary, I'm not sure if I really should do this, even when it seems scary, even when you don't have the money. I mean, you can borrow from somebody, right? Even when you don't have the money, we have the mind that we are creative. The Bible says in the beginning, God created. So even when I don't necessarily have the resources, I know how to get them, and I know how to get them in the right way. We're not going to steal. We're not going to borrow from this person to pay that person to, borrow from Peter to pay Paul and all that stuff. We're not doing all that. But we got ingenuity. We've got creativity. I know how to put something together to make a couple dollars, right? So even when it doesn't seem like, this doesn't look right, if God said it, then we keep on going. Now, you might have to stop and say, wait a minute, did God say it? You may have to check in with God one more time and be like, hey, did I hear you right? And if he said it, he will make sure that he reveals that to you and reminds you of what